could have been the original attempt, one of the original attempts. I really would like to see what's at the bottom of that shaft.
The team has good reason to believe that this 80-foot deep, decayed wooden structure may be connected to the original money pit.
Before the season 13 finale of The Curse of Oak Island even airs, there's something important viewers need to recognize. This season has already crossed a boundary, not because of what was uncovered, but because of what was left unfinished. After 13 seasons, fans know the routine. Dig, find something, explain it, and move on. Season 13 breaks that rhythm completely. Instead of answers, we've seen interruptions. Instead of clear conclusions, we've been met with silence. And rather than excitement building towards the finale, there's a noticeable sense of hesitation. This finale doesn't feel like a victory lap. It feels like a shutdown. And hidden within that choice is a clue so subtle that most viewers will overlook it. Stay with this until the end, because once that final piece clicks into place, it becomes clear that Season 13 was never really about treasure at all. It was about stopping at exactly the wrong moment. Subscribe now, because after the finale airs, this story may never be viewed the same way again. Let's dig into the truth, the so-called billion-dollar secret. On November 5th, 2025, the Fellowship officially returned to Oak Island. But what has everyone talking isn't what happened on camera. It's what reportedly happened after filming stopped. For years, we've been told that the money pit is the ultimate goal. We've watched drill after drill plunge downward, water rush back up, and fragments of wood get examined again and again. But here's the twist. The most important discovery of the Season 13 finale may not be in the money pit at all. According to a leaked report from someone claiming close ties to the production, the real action happened near the shoreline. During the final episodes, the team allegedly stumbled onto something massive. This wasn't another ox shoe or broken pottery shard. The leak describes a hidden chamber beneath the shore, close to the area explored in the episode $1 Billion Clues. That episode briefly hinted at strange underground anomalies that didn't line up with normal geology. It turns out those anomalies may not have been rocks at all. They may have been walls. Online speculation suggests this chamber connects directly to the long-discussed medieval European theories tied to Oak Island. The difference this time is physical evidence. According to The Insider, this structure appears designed to protect something from tidal pressure, engineering that would have been incredibly advanced for its time. Even more intriguing, when this void was breached, water didn't rush in the way it usually does. That suggests the space was sealed, a preserved pocket beneath layers of mud and shoreline sediment. Essentially, a time capsule. If true, this would be the most significant rumor to come out of Nova Scotia in years. A chamber under the shoreline could explain why the money pit flood tunnels were so effective. They may not have been simple traps. They could have been part of a much larger hydraulic system, all centered around this hidden shore structure. According to the leak, the finale places heavy emphasis on attempting to access this chamber. But entering it isn't the real concern. The danger lies in what happens when you open a space that's been sealed for 5 centuries. Down there, tons of saturated earth and ocean pressure are pushing against aging timber. The risk of collapse is extreme. The report claims that during excavation, the ground actually began to fail. That lines up with the intense scenes teased in the previews. This wasn't clever editing. It was real danger. Online forums have exploded with analysis. Fans are combing through early Season 13 episodes frame by frame. People are noticing uneasy glances from archaeologists and unusually quiet exchanges between the Lagina brothers. The tension is unmistakable. All of this leads to a difficult question. Have they been digging in the wrong place for a decade? If the real story, or the real discovery, has been beneath the shoreline all along, then the money pit may have been a distraction. That would completely reframe the series. Instead of a straight-down excavation, Oak Island becomes a sideways mystery, linking the swamp, the shoreline, and the pit into one interconnected system. And that's putting it lightly. If this chamber truly exists, it proves the original builders weren't just hiding valuables. They were constructing something closer to an underground fortress. But just as the team prepared to access it, something went wrong. You can't endlessly excavate an island riddled with tunnels and voids and expect it to stay stable. While the shoreline chamber may be the most exciting development, the money pit remains the uncontrollable beast. The second major claim in the leak points to a catastrophic event at the heart of the main dig site. Season 13 pushed harder than ever. Bigger equipment, bigger shafts, a full commitment to draining and stabilizing the zone. But nature pushed back. According to insider information, the ground around the money pit reached a critical breaking point. A collapse allegedly sent shockwaves through the entire operation. Imagine reinforcing a shaft with millions of dollars worth of engineering, only to watch the earth swallow it anyway. That's the nightmare scenario. The collapse is said to have been triggered by a deep underground void giving way, causing a chain reaction that endangered surface machinery. This may explain repeated references to a devastating discovery. Not devastating in terms of history, but devastating for the project. If the money pit can no longer be safely excavated, the dream of reaching its bottom may be over. And there's more. This collapse may actually support what critics have argued for years. Oak Island isn't just booby-trapped by people, it's undermined by geology. Limestone and gypsum dissolve over time. Drilling accelerates that process. According to the leak, the collapse was serious enough to require an immediate evacuation of the area. That raises the stakes in a way the show hasn't felt in a long time. But here's the final twist. When the ground shifted, it may have exposed something new. Reports claim another debris layer was revealed, and timber samples were recovered afterward. These pieces don't match known 1800 searcher tunnels. This wood appears far older, and that may be the most important clue of all. This brings the conversation back to the idea of strip mining. For years, fans have been shouting the same solution. Stop drilling small holes and just remove everything. Gold Rush style. Clear the soil and expose whatever is hiding underneath. According to the leak, the collapse may have finally forced the team to seriously consider that extreme option. Precision drilling clearly isn't working anymore. To move forward, they would have to move the entire island itself. That's where the tension reaches its breaking point. The Legina brothers have invested their lives, their reputations, and enormous amounts of money into this search, and now they're staring into a hole that's actively trying to destroy their equipment. The finale is expected to center on this impossible decision. Do they shut everything down because the risk is too high, or do they push forward and tear the island apart? Recent ratings suggest viewers are hooked. Audience numbers are reportedly up by 15%. People are drawn to the danger. But for those actually standing on the island, it's terrifying. A collapse at a depth of around 100 feet isn't minor. It sends vibrations across the entire island, muddies water in neighboring shafts, and compromises years of collected data. Everything becomes unstable. As a result, the finale is building toward a dramatic standoff. On one side is the shoreline chamber, a sealed, preserved time capsule waiting to be opened. On the other is the money pit, a collapsing threat that's actively destroying evidence as it caves in. The team has to choose where to focus the last days of the season, and that decision may explain why attention has suddenly shifted toward Lot 5. The ground beneath them was no longer safe. And here's where the story changes direction. For years, everyone has been fixated on pirates. Captain Kidd, Blackbeard. That's the version people want to believe. But the leaks now point somewhere far older and far more controversial. The artifacts reportedly recovered during these digs don't date to the 1700s. They're medieval. Templar theories have floated around the show before, usually based on symbols or speculative connections. This time, according to the insider, there's solid evidence. Timber samples have allegedly been carbon dated to the 1300s or 1400s, centuries before Columbus ever reached the Americas. That detail alone is enormous. If Europeans were present on Oak Island in the 1300s, then major parts of accepted history are wrong. The leak specifically references pre-Columbian settlement, meaning people weren't just passing through. They were working, building and constructing complex systems long before the money pit was supposedly discovered in 1795. Much of the current attention centers on Lot 5. While it's already produced a steady stream of smaller finds, the finale is rumored to reveal something much bigger. Reports mention tools, not from later searchers, but construction tools matching medieval designs from France and Scotland. Finding a tool designed to build stone structures in a pit in Nova Scotia would be more valuable than gold, and it gets even stranger. Online groups following the leaks are sharing images of wood fragments that appear to show adze marks, distinctive cuts made by ancient shipbuilders. These aren't clean modern saw marks. They're hand-carved impressions from a time when craftsmanship was slow, deliberate, and precise. The leading theory gaining traction is that the treasure was never treasure in the traditional sense. Instead, Oak Island may have served as a secure storage site for an organization that was being hunted. According to The Insider, the finale leans heavily into this idea. The focus shifts away from treasure hunting and toward archaeological discovery. And there's a reason for that shift. You can't spend millions of dollars and walk away empty-handed, but if you rewrite history, that's still a victory. This ancient connection also helps explain the complexity of the flood tunnels. Pirates wouldn't have had the knowledge or resources to engineer a hydraulic system that works in sync with ocean tides. That requires advanced mathematics, physics, and manpower. But a monastic military order would have had those capabilities. They built cathedrals that still stand today. They understood water control, soil movement, and large-scale construction. The finale is expected to showcase these artifacts in a dramatic reveal, possibly with the team gathered in the war room, as lab results confirm the dates. Imagine their reactions when they realize the wood they recovered is over 600 years old. It validates years of effort and belief. But there's a darker side to this discovery. If these people were there, they were hiding something, and not necessarily something meant to be found. As the team digs deeper into Lot 5, the story reportedly shifts from a recovery mission to something closer to an investigation. Whatever was buried there may have been intentionally sealed away. And now we have to address the legend. Every episode opens with it. 7 must die before the treasure is found. It's the shadow hanging over the entire island. According to the leaks, the season 13 finale comes uncomfortably close to fulfilling that prophecy. We need to be careful here, but reports of a devastating event are tied to safety concerns and the collapse mentioned earlier. This wasn't just shifting dirt, it was nearly catastrophic. Insiders say the production crew was genuinely shaken. When heavy machinery meets unstable ground, things can spiral fast. The finale reportedly serves as a serious warning. Conditions on Oak Island may have become too dangerous to continue. There's even talk of stop work orders. Imagine being on the edge of one of the greatest discoveries in history, only to have authorities step in and shut everything down because the ground is no longer safe. It fits the legend perfectly. Every time the truth gets close, something intervenes. Storms, equipment failure, or the island itself giving way. And once again, Oak Island refuses to give up its secrets easily. This season raised the stakes like never before. The hole was deeper, the pressure was greater, and the margin for error was razor thin. According to the leak, in the final days of filming, a massive piece of equipment nearly slid into a void that opened without warning. That's the kind of moment made for a season finale. It leaves viewers hanging with unanswered questions. Will the team be allowed to return? Has the site become too dangerous to ever fully excavate? It's a cliffhanger that almost guarantees a season 14, but it also leaves many fans frustrated, desperate for real answers. And that's putting it lightly. Viewers are genuinely worried. Over the years, we've seen ambulances on the island and medical teams rushing in during emergencies. The leaked descriptions of the finale suggest a heavy, serious tone. There's no celebration, no champagne, just relief that everyone walked away safely. That atmosphere leads directly to the boldest idea yet: strip mining. If the tunnels are too unstable and the shafts keep collapsing, the only remaining option may be to remove the danger altogether. The finale may end with a proposal to literally dig up an entire section of the island. No more narrow shafts. No more guesswork. Just a massive open excavation that exposes everything at once. So what do you think? Are these leaks real, or is this just clever marketing designed to keep us watching? Are the Legina brothers truly on the brink of something historic, or are they digging yet another empty hole? Share your theory in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, please subscribe to the TimeFold channel and don't forget to like the video.